and welcome to another episode of Parabola. In today's episode, I will be talking about Bridge of Clay. Sorry, I had a brain freeze there for a second. A novel by author Markus Zusak. If you're familiar with him, you know he's the writer of The Book Thief. Bridge of Clay is about five brothers whose mother dies when a lot of them are still pretty young, and then their father abandons them. So they kind of have to raise themselves. It narrates their adventures, if you may call them like that, their lives basically going back and forth in the story. So it doesn't follow kind of a linear story. It begins with the oldest brother going back to their childhood home to pick up a typewriter. He starts there, and then he kind of starts reminiscing about everything that happened to them from the point of where their father disappeared, and then he re-enters in their lives. And I guess it kind of centers in one of the brothers, Clay, and his life mostly. I really wanted to like this book. It's a big book. It's over 500 pages, and I really wanted to like it because I loved The Book Thief, but I didn't. To me, it felt flat. I don't know. I couldn't really relate to any of the characters, and not because they're all five boys and growing up in a completely different country and living different experiences. I don't know if it was the way that the story was narrated, back and forth, going back to the lives of their parents, and then back to their lives, and then back to their experiences, and I don't know. It also starts kind of pretty much from the beginning, calling his father a murderer, and we find out later why. I don't know, I just didn't feel emotionally involved with this novel. I didn't feel attached. I wasn't sad when I ended it. In fact, I had a really hard time reading it. I just found that it was lacking something for me. And I was reading some reviews on Goodreads, and some people really liked it, but then there were some people who, like me, didn't feel it, and that's the thing. I didn't feel it, even though Markus Zusak, it's a great writer. I don't know. I just wanted. I guess I had really high expectations too, and that's a bad thing. Zusak is a great writer, as I mentioned, and the way that this book is written is in really short sentences. It's easy to kind of read in a way, but it just, to me, it fell short. I just wanted more from him. I guess that's what happens when you read one book by an author that really captivates you, and then you read the next novel and you're like, oh, well, that's disappointing. And I'm a firm believer that you can't judge an author by one or two books. You need to read a few to know whether you like that author or not. Something like that has happened to me with Hemingway, for instance, where I love The Old Man and the Sea, but everything else I read from him, it's just devoid of emotion to me. Like, I read it and it doesn't wake anything inside of me, and it's frustrating because I know a lot of people love Hemingway, and he's considered a great writer. I mean, he was very talented, but to me, being able to write well and waking up an emotion in the reader are not the same thing. So you can write really well, but still not bring the reader into the story, make them understand, make them feel. And that's what was happening for me in this novel. Would I recommend it? Not really. I think that if there's something else that you would rather read, I would just find other modern writers to read that are kind of like drama. I I don't know, that didn't do it for me. That's my 2 cents. If you read it and if you liked it, I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Also, if you didn't like it, in any case, I'd love to hear other readers' thoughts on these books that I discuss, and yeah, to see other perspectives. So I hope you like these episodes, and I hope that you stay tuned, and if you like them, you can subscribe and like and share. And I just want to share my love and passion for literature with the world. So I hope you enjoy them, and take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.